We're white and Hispanic. You know, my mother, my child is Peruvian, and it wasn't by choice. It was just by availability
Mhm.
because there was a culture also based on the fact that I'm in the South, in Miami. A lot of women felt as if you're not aggressive as a man because of that fucked up, you know, mentality that they were raised in, that means that that guy doesn't love you. So I had a lot of issues with that. But I do understand that research very, very clear. But I want to say this: 7 out of 10 marriages end up in divorce. So we have to be very specific on what we call success as far as
Right.
being in a relationship,
Right.
right? And
Right.
that 7 out of 10, believe it or not, has nothing to do with race. It just has everything to do with the fact that they went to the court, they got married, they're together, right? So I don't really, I'm not going to dig into certain statistics because the reality is relationships have taken a toll. The main reason why is because of finances.
Mm.
It's money. Um, 80% of divorces is financial. 70% of them are engaged by or started by women.
Mm.
So when I
And
hear, mhm,
let me say this,
yes,
right?
sir.
Because I'm glad you brought that up because when I looked at the statistics, right,
Hmm.
and there was a survey, right,
Hmm.
done, and they asked African American women what did they see was the main reason or failure
Hmm.
of black love. 98% of them said communication, right? When men were asked this, they said respect. Money was second. First was communication for women, and then for men it was respect.
That's a
I
very,
found that interesting.
that's an
Now,
interest.
that to me,
Mhm.
okay,
Go ahead, one time. Go ahead, one time.
to me, it does stem back, um, but it don't really does back to the slavery, but it's what took place that I seen feel had the greatest impact against us as a people, as a community, was during the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s were the result of those implementations of those social stratus or structures that were there to separate us all. Okay, like war, right? You know, they had the Jane. She was the one who he was making bullets and ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
And so they glorified a woman taking a man's role in a factory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so being that the man was over there fighting, she had to work and then do her role.
Right.
So
Right.
the social structure that the woman changed with then was I don't have anybody, right?
Right. Right.
So after a person feels abandoned, that's something that transcends in genes as well. That transcends through the bloodline.
100.
You know, so now go ahead, JP. I see the hand.
No. Let me say this. Because you touched on something that I think that was very, very. I agree. This was called for you history. This actually came through in what was called the New Deal era, right? When social programs came about. And I'm glad you said that.
It's the welfare program.
To my next point,
Yeah.
right? Is because, right, now I said I only spoke about the statistics from the statistic standpoint, right? I never blame African American women because I do realize that this was, and a lot of people don't realize this because here's the thing: we have a social system, a government which operates as a corporation, right? And what they did. This is not by mistake that women are identifying as independent. It's not a fucking mistake. It was a plan. And it was a plan brought back from slavery days. When you have a social system that would not give aid to the family, right? It wouldn't give social aid to the family, but if the man was not in the house,
correct,
If he's removed,
was
Correct.
able to get assistance.
till
When
today.
you have a government and a system that's now supporting African American minority women to get the man out of the house. If he's in the house, we ain't gonna give you no support. But if
we
he's
incentivize him leaving. Yeah, it's a fact.
because here's the thing. This is a plan from slavery. We have to understand what actually happened to us and to our family unit from slavery. We don't want to talk about this shit. We don't like to talk about this shit happened 400 years. That shit ain't got no. It has every fucking thing in the world to do with you, because this is how systematically our culture, our systems were broken down, right? Because that was part of breaking the slave. It was for the black woman to see the horrific things that our colonizers were doing to the men, right? And then tell them he can't protect you. And then after beating him to the point of no return, right, victimized her next. And it enforced a theory that the man could not protect her, right? And then the next system that they in place is a social system that says, get the man out the house, you're going to get food stamps, a check, and all of these government aid, but if he's in the house, you get nothing. If you think, if anybody thinks that just happened by coincidence,
No.
then you ain't woke. This was a plan.
That's what I said. I said it goes back to slavery.
Break us up. And a lot of people don't realize is that the truth is, should men be held accountability for some of the shit we've done? Hell yeah. Should women be held accountable for some of the shit they have done in the relationship? Hell yeah. But we also got to look at the system that allowed or that benefited from this and encouraged this as well. So, ladies, don't work for them. Understand that this system was built to break your unit. Right? They want you to be independent. They want the male out because divided we fall.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
We're spreading the both.
That's what I was saying. Like when they go back. My bad. One time, that was my point when you asked me the question. I'm like, this all stems back from slavery. You know, they would take the man out the house, leave the woman in the house, right? Now the woman has to do everything. This is what she's teaching her kids now. Her kids are going to teach their kids this. Mm-hmm. It's all systematic. It's all calculated. You know what I mean? This is like a point, like what we're trying to do. Okay, we got to make sure, because let's keep in mind, it's more of us than it is of them. Huh? It's more of us than it is of them, and they know that. So how do you control somebody that you know outnumbers you?
Divide and conquer.
You suffocate them.
Suffocate.
You suffocate them with bullshit. Yeah, you put laws on them. Yeah. You know, tell them they can't do this, you can't do that. Huh?
And
I think that the system.
I know for 100% fact that most women have never even thought about this shit. They ain't even this. I'm independent. I'm just saying that because I heard everybody else saying it, right? I understand that, right? And so, and I'm not dogging sisters, but I'm just saying we have to start to be consciously woke, right? When they are trying to use us, right, to propagate their culture on us. And we have to, here's the thing, what has happened has happened. But once you know, you can't unknow this shit. Now you know, so there's no excuse.
Muja, I want to say something real quick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
I think that the system, everybody's absolutely right, and I appreciate what you know, Brother Rake and Brother Tan said. Those are facts. You know what I mean? The thing I want to expand on is responsibility and the fact that everybody is not going to ever be designed to, not everybody is for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So at this point in time, yes, slavery has happened. I'm a product of slavery.
Right.
I am born and raised in Africa. My parents are born and raised in Africa. My last name is Johnson. How the fuck, right? How does that happen? Right? Crazy shit, right? So what I decided to do was educate myself, and that's what's going to help our community to get the knowledge. But one of the things that I noticed within our community, being intelligent ain't cool. No more. No more. You see, when you look at some of the archives from the 60s, like that brother was talking about, you took a look at old pictures, old videos, you're going to see how black men spoke, dressed, conducted themselves. It has nothing to do with where we at now. So I'm saying this to say this: we have a part of responsibility in that mess. Yes, slavery happened. It fucked everybody up, including me. That I had nothing to do with it, but I was way over there. It still got me, right? But now what are we going to do? Now we need to, for the brothers that put themselves in situations where they're with sisters, knowing these things, because a lot of us have abandonment issues. So separation is difficult, even when you're in a messed up, toxic, disgusting, bro. You about to go to jail eventually, right? I told you about my situation when, the only time that ever happened to me in my life, and I could relate to that kind of dynamic, was when I was married. The woman called police 15 times on me within a year and a half. I never went to jail. On the 15th time, white boy looked at me. He was like, bro, I don't know what you got going on here. I don't know what you're holding on to. But he was like, you're the luckiest motherfucker in the world. There's no way we could come to you 15 times and not make an arrest for domestic issues. Right? So I could get that dynamic, but we also position ourselves with these women. A lot of us opt for them to be our option. A lot of us. We tolerate the nonsense because why? Abandonment issues. We don't want to be left alone. We don't necessarily want to, feel that departure. We get accustomed to things very fast. So I want to put the responsibility too on the brothers. Some of us, now I'm not talking about all of us. I'm not talking about the brothers that will stand up and be like, hey, you're not going to talk to me in that kind of tone if you're planning on communicating with me. I'm not talking about those kind of boys. I'm talking about the rest. Because it's a lot less of brothers like that than it is of the rest. The rest, yes, ma'am, I'm going to do it. You get cussed out. Fuck, nigga, you shut the fuck up. All kind of things. They will swallow it and take it. So we own part of that behavior. We perpetuate that behavior,
Now, let me say this, right? Right? When we're looking at Black love and the culture of Black love, we must bring into the conversation, right? And this is a question to everyone on the panel, and I want to start with Hollywood, right? social media has changed Black love. I mean, the percentage of people now we're all on social media right now, right? I know JB, I know this ain't, I get it. But a lot of us, right? I mean, I'm hearing story after story. I found love on social media. I found love on social media, right? Social media has actually changed the paradigm of Black love, right? And whether you say it's for the good or the bad, that's the question. How do you see social media has played a part into one, the stereotypes of Black men, the stereotypes of Black women? What has social media done to the culture of Black love? And I want to start with you, Hollywood.
Man, I think social media, it made, in a way, everybody competitive. You know, it's a platform where you gotta learn how to control it. You feel what I'm saying? And now you can see people put their whole life on social media. They cry on social media. It's like, social media, man, that's a big one. Social media done changed a lot in a relationship. But it definitely, I definitely say competitive. I've seen that in this culture. They done definitely made it like a competition.
It has. And social media has done, right? It has amplified the Black relationship and said, look at what's going on. Because what do you see in social media? This athlete did beat up this girl. This athlete has done this to this person. This puffy guy has done this. And we are constantly bombarded with negative stereotypes, especially towards men. And then we can't even speak about the culture of our music now, right? Where the number one female artist is saying fuck men, do all kind of crazy shit. I mean, it's like, to be honest, and I'm gonna say it, sisters, I know y'all saying, what about NWA? Y'all was calling us bitch. I get it, we were. But the culture has changed to a similar, from the NWA saying the B word, and now we have a culture of women who are like just straight dogging out men. And this is what is selling. The rough girl, the trap girl, this has become our culture.
Ratchet girl.
The ratchet girl, the gold digging girl. Now it's to the point where average brother, he can't get a date until Black History Month, because the culture has changed to, what do you have to offer me? How much money you make, right? That's our culture now. It's no longer spiritual. It's a financial transaction, right? A financial transaction. And I'm looking for the best financial transaction that could possibly come my way. Brother Reek, what you think about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that when we're talking about Black love and why females act the way that they do and men act the way they do, like I said, I end up always finding myself starting at the white man, in my opinion, because I mean, you said something about social media. You know, everybody gets on social media and it's like, oh, well, look at this couple and they're doing this and that. And they're always going, oh, look at that couple, or look at him, or look at her, and this is what she's doing. So now we all are trying to basically base our lives off of what everybody else got going on.
That's right.
We trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I mean?
It's in our culture. We're assuming the culture of it.
So it's fucking us up. It's fucking us up. You know what I mean? Because shit, you know, I know a lot of times, hell, I can speak for myself. It's been times when shit, I'll be out and I'll be like, I'll see somebody and you know, whoever I was with at the time, they'd be like, oh, look at this food. Like, oh, that looks so good. I was like, how much is that shit? $150. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can do that shit. I go spend $150. No damn way I ain't had no business. Fuck $150. You know what I mean? So you know, and then on the back end, I'm gonna be hurting, but still, it's like we're trying to keep up with these people. But see, the thing is, right? At least in my opinion, nobody. When we talk on the subject of social media, right? Nobody is gonna show you the bad. Nobody's gonna show you the bad side. They're just gonna show you the good. They're gonna show you the good.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you because what I see from social media is the constant negativity of Black men. Every day. It's like it's there. It's there and it's reinforced every day with the music, with the culture. It's I hate men, right? Men ain't all of this. No. And it seems like the culture is to diminish the role of Black men, right? And to diminish the conscience of our sisters against Black men, right? JB, talk to me, man. How you feel about that? The social media get down. I'm coming to you next one time.
I mean, right? when it comes to music specifically, I completely disagree. What happens specifically in the music industry is that the moguls, the people that's going to be cutting you the checks, a lot of them, yes, they're Jewish people, but Jewish people don't go in the studio with you and create lyrics. Mm-hmm. Let's be very clear. They don't. Mm-hmm. So now, since they don't do that, we are the ones that put ourselves in that position to do that, right? We're the ones, we create the lyrics, we create the trend, right? We create the trend. As far as social media and Black relationships, I think that social media does not necessarily affect just Black people. I think it's every relationship. Because what happens is that people capture the most interesting moments of their lives. The days that they have less pimples, look less fat, you know, the days that they got the new outfit, the days that, you know, maybe they pop in a bottle in the club, you know, whatever they define as, you know, good moments in their lives. And then, you know, they post it. The issue with people is that people have a lot of insecurities and they feel as if they have to compete. That's the issue. Because whatever the fuck I post, right? What I post in the moment that I'm feeling my joy, it's not necessarily to motivate you, Muja, to see me and be like, yo, I want to be like JB. Not necessarily. I'm not thinking about you when I do that. Some people, what social media have done is there's some people that really do not have friends and lives. So they actually, social media is, they think, you know, they create a world in which social media becomes a reality, right? Mm-hmm. And that the stem of that is insecurity, bro. I keep talking about abandonment issues, right? Abandonment is just the same. It's just a you know, a parallel word for just insecurity, but it's the same family. You know what I'm saying? So now you see me now on social media flexing, not knowing how I got the money or whatever. You're willing to do extra. Now you see Emily, that's a fucking, you know, a technical prostitute pushing a Bentley. Then you come home now stressing me. So you two, you want a Bentley. Insecure people are always going to bite it. It's you know, and again, going back to the guys, you know, we're talking about responsibility. If your woman spends 98% or 99% of the time on social media and she's not basically remunerating anything from it, don't blame her. You can't say nothing to her. You're the one with poor choice. You're the one with poor vision, you know?
All right, I'm coming to you, Hollywood, but I'm gonna say this though, JB.
Yes, sir.
I 100% I agree with you, but I also disagree with you.
Okay.
No, they are not making the lyrics, but they do sensitize lyrics, right? And I'm gonna prove this point, right?
Mm.
Say one thing bad about Jews in the album, your shit won't get played. Period.
No, but I mean, it won't get played. It won't get played because 90% of people don't even know what Jews do. It won't be relevant.
It ain't gonna be ands, ifs, or buts. I mean, speak about the Jewish nation in the album, and you won't hear it getting played. The radio stations won't play it.
But Muja, so they own the companies.
They're not creating.
Yeah.
Right. The lyrics, but they are sensitizing what harms their nation. Right. And the point that I'm trying to make is that we need to start sensitizing our music too. We need to stop music that disrespect Black men, and we need to stop music that disrespect Black women, because this, though, is what's selling. But they're not sensitizing that. But if you say one thing about the Jewish community or free Palestine,
yeah, but Muja, it's not my fault. I taught you how to box, and you keep getting slapped in your mouth, and you don't want to move your neck. I taught you how to box.
So one time on you, brother, talk to us about how you see the social media thing playing out within the confinement of Black love.
Well, all of you, Joe, all of you men, gentlemen that spoke on many of these topics that I agree with a lot of the takes. I do have a disagree to some of the take, but especially with the music, I do think that it's our job to not agree. Now, JB said something that was key to me. They agreed to do this. And you have the Judas of the community who just want the bag. They don't care what it costs. They don't care who it costs. It could cost a whole generation to come. They don't care. And they want the bag right now. And part of it is because of the mindset that of the social media thing, right? You have the glitter, the glamour life, like my little brother Reed said. You got people who's trying to keep up with Joneses, right? That's how we learned it back in the day. It's called the Joneses, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then, you got some people who believe that life is supposed to be all glitter and gold. Mm-hmm. They don't realize that even the people that you're seeing with these nice ties, nice trips, all that, have difficult days. The lovey-dovey moments. These 21 years ain't came without no crying. On both parts. These 21 years ain't came without no, I am fed up. On both parts. But there is a resolve that we have to keep going, no matter what. I can't give up on something that's non-negotiable. Right. In the Black community, the Black love, the Black family is non-negotiable. So even if your kids get you upset, I hear people nowadays say, I don't care about them kids, forget them kids. In my mind, it's how can you say forget your child? No, they're non-negotiable. I can love you. I can change the structure of how I deal with you, but I can never change our love. Because I love you. All right. If it's real love, it don't get let down. I think the bashing of men, like you said, is definitely it's everywhere. It's not just in the music. It's not just on social media. It's on the screens, the big movies. It's on everything. I mean, I don't care where you, even in jokes, the jesting is done, the bashes. And like you said with the NWA, we started. As men, we led that band.
We did.
We led that band, and we are seeing the fruits of our labor.
True.
But now we can tell the women, we can see, we like, oh, that hurt. They were saying it, yeah. How you gonna call bees and all that? Remember them little protests and all that? Yeah, and it was real, but we didn't recognize it. Now we seeing it because the social media and the music that they teach on our young girls, it's like, why aren't you telling them that crazy stuff? But they responding to the leaders. And the Jewish men are leaders in their community, but the black men are leaders in ours. And so we're all held accountable. Posting everything is like you said, JB, I agree with you. That's something that people do just to feel included. Everybody want to be, they don't want to be left out, or they don't want to be alone. Some people are comfortable in their own skin. Some people don't like them when they look in the mirror.
Right.
Some people don't know how. They never been taught the tools. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you 100%, man. Especially black men. We have to take 100%. Listen, if we want our sisters to take accountability, then we have to be first, right, as leaders of our community to take accountability. And I'm going to say this publicly. I apologize for my involvement in that culture, right? That culture that stereotype black women and said these negative things, right? From the bottom of my heart, my sisters, I apologize, right? Because we do have to take that accountability, right? And the accountability has to start on us, right? 100%. But I also say that accountability cannot stop with us, because we're now seeing the same culture happening within their community, within the black woman's community, with the music that's propagated. And I get you, right? People do what they feel will sell, but we control so much of this economy's buying power, right? If we all decided to stop listening to some of this shit that they are saying and playing, they wouldn't play it again. That's our power that we have. See, when the Jewish community, when you speak out on it, they shut it down because they are conscious, collective people that move consciously and collective. We as Africans have to start doing that as well, because those albums would not be released if they didn't sell. If the culture is not buying it, it's gone. Right?
Now,
the culture is buying it, because this is the train, this is the mentality of what's going on within our community, right? And I'm 100. We got to take accountability.
I think it's something else though, Mo.
I want to say this, and I want to go to Hollywood because I haven't been to him for a second. Okay. But I'm going to say this, right? And right, sorry, y'all. I went to him and I was talking to this young brother, right? And he hit me with something that really shocked me, right? There are certain people that you don't ever expect to learn anything from, right? Right? But this brother was one of them brothers I didn't expect to learn anything from, right? And he said something to me that was very interesting, right? And we were having a discussion about something similar, about some of the negative things going on. And he said to me, you know what? You can stop negative music. You can stop drug dealing. You can stop the violence in the neighborhood real easy. And I said, huh? He said, if every woman in America decided that they wasn't going to date a dope dealer, and that every woman in America decided that they wouldn't date a guy who was a dope dealer for his money, there would not be any more dope dealers in the world.
The power of a woman, boy.
But that shit ain't never gonna happen, bro. I swear to God. I listen, Muja, I know men that will fight that. Not even the women. I know men.
Listen, because here's the thing. Dope dealing is a behavior, right? And here's the process of behavior, right? What you think becomes how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. An emotion sets off a vibration that creates you to do a behavior. So there's a process to behavior. So when we look at the behavior, the thinking is, why am I doing this? Let's go beyond the behavior. Why am I doing this? Because this is what the culture has come to when dating, right? Listen, brothers not making under $100,000 ain't like they used to. Average dude working at Walmart is not dating the way they used to.
Hell no. It's hard.
Right? So now the women have raised the bar. Baby, this ain't for free. This is which comes to my next point, right? And this was a statement that was made, and I'm coming to you, Hollywood. When it comes to Black relationships, this was something that was said, right? And it was said that women dating, right? Men take on responsibilities while women reap a reward. Agree or disagree? Hollywood.
Read that, bro. You said women take on
when dating, right? In a relationship. Men get a responsibility when taking on a relationship.
That's a fact.
Women get a benefit.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Do you want me to break down what the responsibility is?
No,
oh yes, that's
smoke on. Get some, get it.
When you bring that to the table, yes, they especially for men. For me, I want to bring vision, peace, safety, protection. That's a fact. Especially for me, when I come to the table, yeah, that's what they definitely want something to the table for sure. That's the first thing they ask, what you bring it to the table.
But hear the question though, right? Because when emotionally intelligent men, right? Because one of the complaints that I've heard is that men never commit. Men never, they never want to commit a relationship, But a committed relationship to a man is different from a relationship from a woman's standpoint. When a man gets into a relationship with a woman, he is expected to be protector and provider, right?
Exactly.
That is a responsibility. And if that woman has a child, he is to be protector and provider of that child. Man takes on responsibility, right? And that weight is there, right? Protector, provider, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a whole fact.
Right? So, and let's say, I know y'all brothers got y'all money on, right?
Not me.
Now,
Just get
you're
me.
a protector and provider, right? You got your money on, you own your own business, right? Right? You own your own business, or you're making good money, you own your own house, right? You own being in a relationship becomes not only a responsibility, but talking about marriage, it becomes a risk as well, right?
You said a risk?
Risk, right? Because if this go wrong, half my stuff gone, bro. Right?
That's why.
This is a responsibility. Being the man and being the head of the house. This is the responsibility, and this is heavy. And women say often, men, y'all don't want to commit. No. We are hesitant to commit because we understand the responsibility that comes with commitment. A responsibility that women are not bearing. Right? Mm-hmm. When y'all get into a relationship, when women get into a relationship with men, she got a steady income. She got a guy that's going. We ain't talking about your corner boys. We talking about real men here. So don't say, what about right. They're not here, so we ain't having a conversation about it. We talking about real men here, right? Mm-hmm. You date emotional, intelligent, real men. You are getting a benefit, right? And all day, every day. You are getting a benefit. He's getting a responsibility. So, of course, he's going to be a little hesitant to jump all willy-nilly into this relationship because and here's it, and I know I didn't see it in the comment. Well, women do it too. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I've heard women that said I was the head of the household, but I also said right after, I would never do that shit again. Right.
Beginning.
I would never do that. I took care of a dude. But I will never do that again. But men do this shit on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, and I'm not trying to dog, but I'm just trying to say, be conscious of the responsibility of a man when he says, I love you, I am committed to you, I want to marry you. Understand the responsibility that he's taking. And my question to the women, when y'all have y'all panel, he's getting a responsibility. What then do you have? Benefit. That's real. So he ain't willing to just easily jump into a relationship because he knows that this is a responsibility. When the PG&E lights go off, the girl, his friends ain't gonna say what kind of woman you got. Everybody gonna say what kind of man you got that your PG&E bill is off. Mm-hmm. Holla at me, Reek. That's a fact.
Hey, I mean, I fully agree with that statement. Absolutely. You know, we have so many things that, and this is all about what is expected of us. Like it's like automatically. Okay, my man, he paid for my car note. He paid for the grocery. He paid for the rent. He paid for the light bill. He buy me $1,000 pair of shoes and shit. You know what I mean? You know, like it's automatically expected. You know what the women gotta do? The women gotta do. Okay, cook the food. Take care of the kids, maybe, right? Shit. I've been in a relationship. Hell, I'm like, shit. I had to take care of the kid. I had to come home and take care of the kid. I'm like, yo, why the fuck are their diapers not changed? Why you got a shitty ass fucking pamper on? You know what I mean? No. I'm just saying. I got two girls. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, what the fuck they got a shitty ass diaper on? You've been home all day. When women are asked this question, motherfucking trash and shit. Right? What the fuck? When women are asked this question, right? When we have this conversation with women, it's like, do you understand the responsibility of what it is to be your man? I ain't talking about sister, your man, right? Right? Because you want the protector, the provider, the emotional, intelligent brother. You want all of these things from men. And then when we say, what
what do you bring to the table? What you mean what I bring to the table? I bring nurturing. Okay. Let's do it.
Hey, you see how we start laughing, right? You see how we start laughing, right?
Let's run this shit on the scale. I'm paying rent, right? I'm taking care of you. I'm taking care of your kids. I'm doing all of this, and the nurturing ain't moving the scales, right? It ain't moving the scale, right? And here's the thing. That ain't what men want. We want one thing.
Respect.
It's one thing that we're willing to risk and pay your bills and do all of this shit for you. It's one thing that we will risk all. We do this every day. We risk all our shit every day for y'all.
Man,
But
Muja.
it's only one thing that we're willing to risk all our money for, and you can't give it to us.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace. We all said it at the same time. I don't even know y'all from a hole in the wall. Peace. We don't even know each other. Peace.
Coming home and you said, and you got your girlfriends in the kitchen, you braiding
But Muja, can I say something? Can I say something, brother?
Motherfucking trash bags sitting around, the goddamn trash can, fucking gnats flying around everywhere, shit.
You got enough nerve to ask me why I didn't take the trash out, and you've been here since 4 o'clock, and I didn't get off till 8.
Muja,
I'm just saying.
Muja, the what I was trying to say is this.
Yes,
Remember
sir.
earlier I said a lot of these behaviors, man, honestly, it doesn't even come from history. It comes from niggas. Okay. Okay. Let's just cut the bullshit now. This shit is not from slavery. It comes from some niggas that never had confidence, never had bitches when they were young. They started to have sex when they actually, bro. I know guys like that, bro. They start to have sex when they when they start to make money, like in their 30s, like actually have options. When they got in, I swear on everything. So these girls are not, it's a lot of us think as if they're delusional, which they are. They are. But that delusion doesn't come out of thin air. It was some fuck nigga named JB that was getting slapped and yelled at, and he was still doing it for her. And one thing I know about women, I don't know a lot of stuff, but I know finance, I know economy, and I know women. Because I got daughters too. And I've seen them raise. I've seen that little one, especially the younger one, just get attitude for no reason. They're emotional beasts, right? So they will skip your correction in their eyes is obsession or demise. Like when you're ever trying to correct a bad behavior, they don't see it like that because they're accustomed to JBs that would just let it slide. Right? So the idea that they want a man, that how you describe it, it's not true when it comes to practicality. When they bump into this guy that you can't really talk to in any kind of way, right? That has standards, that holds a certain morale, like the brother said, man, what the fuck the Pampers, what the fuck the baby dirty, right? What a lot of them will do is they're trying to fuck with your emotions, because a lot of emotionally available men, they don't know how to separate that, right? So they will call him Rick. They'll be like, man, stop bitching all the time, right? Stop complaining all the time. That's how a lot of these women behave. Up until the bump into the real Rick, be like, man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know, you dirty. You know, I'm the type of dude, I tell it to them, you fucking dirty, bro. Get the fuck out of here. In real life, me and you can't bump into each other. I am that guy that talks like that because it's fucking true. You're not gonna tell me I'm not the price, and I gotta fucking take you out. Fucking y'all getting me mad. See, I didn't, Muja, don't get me upset too. This thing is getting me upset. So wait, bro. Hold on, dog. I want to understand it. Wait, I want to understand it. I just want you to explain it to me because I don't get it. I want you to explain it to me. I'm gonna lay it down and then you could, explain it to me since you're the host. So you mean to tell me, right, that this African boy came all the way from Africa, right, to come all the way to America to study, right? His dad paid his tuition cash. I don't know where that nigga got the money from. Now he studied, got all these degrees. This nigga speaks 7 languages, been all over the world, got a good fucking paying job. I worked corporate since I was in my 20s. And then on top of that, I have to impress you that probably live by your mom or just probably making it out in life. You probably just now getting your first bill in your 30s, right? And I have to take you out, pay for your nails, pay for your daily activities in order for you to feel confident to boost me up to feel like I'm a man. Nothing is wrong. Hold on. Nothing was wrong with her. You's a dumbass nigga.
True. True.
Ain't nothing wrong with her. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Ain't nothing wrong with that girl, yo. I swear on everything. Ain't nothing wrong with her. You's just a dumbass nigga available for that.
Absolutely right. But oftentimes what we find in the dating pool is women moving as they are the prize. And the men should be lucky to have them. But when you sit these women down and you having an intelligent conversation with them, and it's like, you better not say what you bring to the table. It's like, bring to the table. See, I like them old men that, no.
I love Muja. I love women like that.
Or let me say
I
this.
love
Let
them.
me say this.
Mhm.
Or they see a brother with this gray beard and say, ooh, sugar daddy. Huh? That ain't even in my DNA, little mama.
Listen, I love women like that. I love women. Actually, Afia could come back and testify. I would like to invite that woman to go out with me. Right? I live in Miami, bro. With $400, you buy section, you buy 2 bottles. You niggas don't understand the shit that I've seen with my eyes, bro. Like, you don't even understand, like, the stuff that I've seen, bro. The things, I'm talking about the most beautiful women that your eyes could possibly bump into, bro. Like, I swear. I'm not capping. The things they will do for that Christmas shine that they come with the bottles, all those stupid, the things that the way they, I would like to invite. I beg to differ with that lady. Bro, my cologne is $400. Your nostrils have never bumped into that.
Right.
So when you're around a certain thing, listen, all of them, they chat. Even me, I'm poor. Some of my homeboys, what I make a year, they spend it on their watch. There's levels to this, man. There's things that your whole generational family will never see if they die and come back. So you have to respect the man, bro. But the problem is, look at Rick Ross. They caught him the other day trying to kiss a woman. She would not agree to kiss him in public. Billionaire, millionaire, multi-millionaire type of nigga, right? You see? So that shows you that these women are trained for that rejection. They're going to always feel as if the majority of women, they monetize their vagina. And that is the truth. I call that fancy prostitution. It's fancy prostitution.
True.
I'm not the most attractive, bro. I'm not the most attractive nigga in the world, but I swear to God, if I walk inside of any Miami club and I pop like 4 bottles, 5 bottles.
Let me say this. I want to make a distinction.
Bad behavior. They have bad behaviors.
Because you hit on something that's very important. Let's make the distinction here, right? If you are a woman, right, and you make $100,000 a year, I understand the requirements of meeting a man that's on your level.
Why?
What I don't get is when you work at Wingstop and then you have this criteria that you only are going to take a man who makes $100,000.
How big is her ass? Muja, how big is her ass, Muja?
Hold on.
Is it small or big? Because
you want him to meet a requirement that you haven't hit yet.
How big is her ass?
Now, that's the difference. I understand that there are some women who have hit a certain level of financial and they want someone that's bringing something to the table. I respect that, understand that 100%. But what I don't respect is when you working at Wingstop and you only making maybe $30,000 a year, and then your criteria for a man is 100,000 tier level. You are having a requirement of him that you haven't made yet. That's the problem.
The delusion,
right?
the delusion. Muja,
let me say this. Let me say this, right? Okay, boom. I'm gonna put it like this, right? It's men. Let me put it in perspective like this. It's men that are making 6 figures a year that are more than happy to be with a woman that is working at Wingstop.
Boom! I was just getting ready to say, you man, listen, because we are true lovers. We know how to love.
But if you reverse the roles,
it never works that way. Never.
It's women that's out here making $100,000 a year that would not
never
be able to be with a man that's working at Wingstop
Correct.
making $30,000 a year.
Correct. 100%. Because they're not good investments in love. You see, a lot of times when you see those really super rich guys get right, the reason why they go with Becky is because Becky was with them shooting in the gym. Becky believed when he didn't have shit, she still went to the library, his broke ass. You see what I'm saying? Little white girl. She still went. When you see a lot of these athletes, a lot of people, because a lot of these ghetto black girls don't even, first of all, they can't even have access to them. They don't even know where to go bump into them, except when they go out and party. But the reason why they wifey these white girls, even though it fucks them up eventually, we won't talk about that later, is because Becky is going to be with you since you didn't have anything. A lot of our sisters like finished products. They like it when you don't went through your struggle.
We generalizing this too much. We're making it too general, like it's a blanket, and it's not. It's not a blanket. So we want to be careful because we want this to be effective to our women.
Right. But
it's not blankets. What we're giving is scenarios and blanketing. We don't want to do that. We want to be clear in what we say. Because it's a lot of these jokers who had the sister the whole way up. As soon as they turned whatever, they went with the Becky. And that done happen plenty of times. And then the Becky take everything they got, and then they come back to the community and try to find a sister. So we have both of these things happen. Another thing is we have a lot of emotion in what we're saying, and that's never going to be the most productive to me because we got to keep it in the specs of healing, wholeness. Like, now, what's being said is true. When it comes to some women not caring for properly the man or the children, we have some women who are here that does it, and that joker still ain't no good. And we not talking to y'all. We not speaking to y'all because you are the ones that these other jokers needed to find. You know, I thank God I found you. He's the real. I can't even say I've been off the market for 21 years. You understand what I'm saying? So, like the woman that I did find, but before I got off the market, I had a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand the damage I was doing. We taught from a youth. It's all about the notches. Now, I understand when you have a relationship where a monogamy, you know, where people, or polygamy, I mean, where these people feel, hey, if she agrees with this man having multiple, the Bible says the bed is undefiled and married, so I don't knock that stuff. But when you believe, when this woman feels you're supposed to be with her and her alone, then she's supposed to provide you everything you need to be with her and her alone. Whether it's financial, whether it's emotion, whether it's peace, whether it's respect, whether it's sex, all these things. And if you are the women that's doing it, we are not speaking to you.
Right.
Don't
Correct.
take it as a personal attack. None of this is meant.
None of this point is right.
Anybody. None of this is meant that way.
Hold on. Let me say this. You are 100% right. Right. And I respect, right, that 20. What did you say? How many years you've been married? 21. I respect that, brother. I do. On the level that you don't even. I envy that shit. Right. But as the other men here, right, that's in this dating pool, bro, keep what you got, because it's rough out here.
Yeah.
That's why I sit back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a man that loves my women. I love y'all.
Me too.
Talk shit up. I love y'all.
Me too.
I want you. I want you with every being in my body. But I'm saying this to be 100. Right? You two, brother, y'all married. And that's beautiful. I envy that shit. I really do. But I'm just saying, it's rough out here, bro.
Muja, can I just say something? I think that.
Yeah, no, but that's what I was clarifying it for the other women.
Yeah. He was clarifying for that. I was gonna say that he was clarifying it for some of the women in the comments. Yeah, but we're not talking about. And I love the fact that the brother brought it up, and I love the fact that you brought it up, because that might sound a bunch of guys just, you know what I'm saying, like just ranting. What we're talking about is the average dating pool, what men encounter. And we're not talking about every single man. We're not talking about every single guy. We're just talking about a law of average. You take 10 people, let's say 5 people encounter this. That is what we're talking about. We're talking about a certain masculinity that a lot of contemporary women possess, to the point where roles are being interchanged. So communication barriers happen. So now, when if we can't talk to me, obviously we can't build anything, right? Because before I could build, I need to tell you, hey, grab me a hammer, grab me a nail. But I can't get to say that to you, so you do not get to comprehend that. We're talking about these women nowadays. With Muja was talking about, with what is our culture? What do they know us as? What do they know the black sister as nowadays? For what? What is the reputation? What do they know?
The reputation is ratchet. The reputation is sexy red.
Okay.
What's her name?
Glorilla. So now,
that's what they go for.
That's what they emulate, right?
I got $100,000 and my nigga pay for everything, and I gotta.
So you have to take. You have to take. You have.
Private jet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We're taking now those type of people that were raised by single mothers. Now, on top of that,
let me say this, right? No, you can't speak. This is an all men's panel. You. This is men having men talks.
Huh? We just be like, huh? They hot. They hot. 38. 38. Just one night.
I love you, but not tonight, right?
Muja like, nah.
I want to say this, right? And this was the beauty of this panel, right? Was to have people, men. We have Reek representing 20 to 30. We have Hollywood 30 to 40, JB and one time 40, and then the 50s, right? We have all generation of men. And we not all gonna see this paradigm the same way. We're not supposed to.
Correct.
Right? We have married men and we have single men. And the point that we were talking at as is if you are married right now, well, you are the luckiest motherfucker in this world if you are married. Because believe me when I say this to you, these streets don't love nobody.
No, they don't.
These streets rough. And here's the thing, and this ain't, I'm not just saying this from the man, I'm pretty sure that women are saying the same shit. It's rough out here, right? It really is, right? It really is, right? I can honestly say, man, at 53 years old, there's only been one person in my life, right, that ever bought me a meal.
But you know, I feel like that's what creates that's what puts fear into our lot, like men wanting to be with women and vice versa, women wanting to be with men. It puts fear because it's like, man, that nigga don't love me. Hell, fuck it. I might as well just try to get the most out of him that I can while I'm here. But shit,
you got
it's rough in these streets.
A lot of people not fighting. Now you can swipe left and swipe right and replace you this
right. Or they think they can, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Love, man.
You can't replace a Muja. I don't give a fuck what you say. You ain't gonna find Muja around the corner.
The mentality of anybody is like, listen, I can swipe left or swipe right and just.
Yeah, cancel culture.
The cancel culture is different. Yeah.
You ain't gonna find no Muja around this corner, baby. Don't look, slip on me. Just slip on me. You will never find another.
You know what? Everybody feels like that, but it is
with a flashlight saying, "Can I find another Muja?" And you will never find another Muja. I promise you that. But let me move this conversation to the next topic, brothers, please. Let me move it to the next topic. And I'm coming right to you, Reek, right? So the next topic was about roles within the Black family or the Black love. Do you believe in roles, right? Define roles within the Black family, right? The man does this, woman does this, the man is this, the man does this, the woman is supposed to do this. Do you believe in today's time in roles within the Black love paradigm? So I want to start with you, Rick. You are a young brother, right? So how do you feel about the defining roles within Black love? Do you believe in them, or the roles should be in place?
I don't know. It, like in my relationship, I believe that, you know, where one is lacking, the other picks up the slack. You know what I mean? So it's not no, okay, all right, the woman should cook every day and clean, and you know, the man, they go to work, make the money, whatever, and take out the garbage and shit. Like, you know, like I don't believe in that. I feel like where one is lacking, the other one picks it up, because you know, nobody's ever gonna be 100% every day, and it kind of goes like this, you know, and you just, you know, so if I'm here, right, and you're down here, I'm taking over for this half that you got, or you know, it might be a day where she's up here and I'm down here, boom. But you know, I feel like tradition says that women have specific roles: cook, clean, take care of the kids, right? You know, do shit like stay at home wife type shit. And the man goes out and he goes to make the money. He fixes all the problems around the house. You know, he takes out, you know, trash, whatever. Like, so I feel like it's a narrative that's being pushed, you know, and that's, and when we go back to social media, you know, that's what people see, you know, and so that's what they try to base their life off of. For me, it's like shit, you know, hell, if I get home first and you working, I get home before you, shit, I'm gonna make sure there's fucking food on the counter.
All right, that's man. All right.
Shit.
All right. Same question to you, Hollywood. Do you believe in the roles? I'm coming to you one time next, and then to JB. Right? Do you believe in the defined roles? And you are openly married. Do you believe in the roles as far as within the Black paradigm?
Yes. When you got a vision and a purpose, we a team, right? Me and my wife is a team. What team you know, whether it's basketball, football, whatever, don't go out with a certain role. Now, yes, can we switch? Prime example, I put myself in the box. I had shoulder surgery. Am I still getting paid? Yes, but I switched roles. I'm home, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. We had a communication, but at the same time, we do have roles. We are a team. I want you to know exactly what we do. It can't switch, but what I'm saying is basically we come out with a plan. Yes, we definitely have roles.
All right. One time, what do you feel, brother? Do you believe in defining roles within the Black paradigm?
It's a consensus for me with the brother right now. It's definitely, I do believe, from where I first came, I took my wife out of work. We were much younger. We have 5 kids. So her biggest role to me was instilling in them what we wanted. I didn't want my kids out just everywhere, you know, but she agreed to that. Now, one thing for sure, for certain, is it's no leaving that. You know, I seen a comment where you leave the work and you leave her and then she don't got nothing. Nah, it ain't no leaving, because her role is just as valuable as mine, or more. Because she's rearing.
They got their day tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Yeah, they got their day.
Yeah, because she's rearing the future. You know what I'm saying? So no, for me though, my kids, that's what I have as my testimony. You know what I'm saying? What am I leaving or imparting them? And she got my vision, so I know I can leave her with her because she gonna put my vision in. You know what I'm saying? So for us, yeah, we had roles. However, yes, it's time that we got grandkids now. She go out and work sometime more than I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, it's never a just, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No. Like he said, we have a communication, we understand. We coming together on it. You know, and like you guys said, I agree with you guys. I'm blessed. So I can't really speak in today's way outside of, yes, it does affect even married couples that have been together for a long time.
That's a fact.
Even the clothing has changed from when we were younger, how the clothing was. You know, there's some stuff my wife put on. I'm like, hey, what's this? Girl, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know, that's too much for me. You know what I'm saying?
So same question.
Society said, you know, like, so it all does play a part, you know, but we have.
All right. So same question to you, JB. Do you believe in defined roles within the Black paradigm, Black paradigm? How do you feel about the roles?
I think that I think that when you use the word role, it doesn't have nothing to do with whether it's black, blue, or green. I think that we have to define what a role. What is the definition of what does a role mean?
Right.
A role is a participation for an ending, for an end, for an ending. That means that you put in an output, you put in an input to get an output, right?
Mhm.
So for me, I agree with Rick, I agree with everybody, but specifically, what I want to say is that roles is what's going to help you from being average as a couple or being a super couple.
Mhm.
Because if you decide that you're going to take your child that has a toothache to a mechanic to get his tooth fixed, you're going to be there for a long time. You're going to be there for a
Mhm.
long time, right? So roles are a super imperative. So to me, besides after we finish respecting each other, then we can love each other. The roles that we play is what's going to help us to get from point A to point B, right? There's a difference
Mhm.
between us being together and being like a rocking chair. A rocking chair makes a lot of motion, but it doesn't go anywhere. And then when roles are played, like the brother said, in any there's nothing in nature even that doesn't play a role, right? Nothing in
Right.
nature, nothing.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if
All
you go,
right.
if you go
Well,
to
let
the
me say
steakhouse
this.
tonight, you eat.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Uh-huh.
this. I ain't gonna. I'm. I get what everyone's saying, but me personally, I don't believe in roles, right? Because I
Hmm.
believe that when a man and a woman come together, right,
Hmm.
they become a team, right? And to me, it doesn't matter who scores the first down, who scores a touchdown, as long as we move the ball down the goal point. Meaning, if I get home at 3 o'clock, you get home at 6 o'clock, I'm in position to cook, right? You shouldn't come home and then I'll be like, baby, you finna cook? No, I'm in position, right? And I think that when we have defined roles, right,
Hmm.
into the relationship, because truth is, most relationships are both have to work,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Very few people are living in a situation where only one is working, right? But in most families, there is two people are working together to they are a team. And in a team, man, it doesn't matter who scores the touchdown as long as the touchdown is scored. So if I'm in position to do something,
Hmm.
it's I should do it.
Yeah, but
Right?
Muja,
If I'm in
what if
position
there's
to
certain things
cook,
that she can do better than you? For example, what if, for
for
example,
instance,
you struggle with finances? For example, we just want let's say, for example, you struggle with finances. What if she was a better person? Let's say she's always had let's say a low-paying job, but she's always been able to save money for whatever amount. Listen, my sister is a good
right.
example. My sister has never made over $50,000 a day in her life. She has over $250,000 in savings, right?
Mm.
So that's I'm talking about money that she can go to the bank and get out. I'm not talking about savings like, I gotta wait. No. So the reason why a role is important, like I was talking about stagnancy and moving, is because we're not the same. There's certain things that, Tom, for example, could probably do better than his wife. Now, when it's time, we could interchange, yes, but there are certain things we cannot interchange. We cannot.
And I do that.
We cannot. We can't. You know, like I tell people all the time. Like I was telling one of my friends, my female friends, she was trying to give me advice over, stocks, and it was something that she's just learning. It's been 6 months. I've been, freaking trading and doing stuff for over 15 years, and she felt as if I was being disrespectful by cutting her short. And the reason why I was cutting her short, I explained to her, is because I'm not going to go back and forth with you with something that I control and master better than you.
Right. And
So my leadership has, yeah, I have to, there's certain things we're going to interchange, but in order for us, like I said, there's a difference between us living and just, surviving and living, right? So in order for us to live, there's certain roles that cannot be, there's certain, within our dynamics, I do certain things better than you as a woman, and you do certain things better than me. Now, I'm going to learn to do the things that you do to help, but
that also fits into like what I was saying, positioning,
right?
Right? If I'm in a position to cook and you're not,
right.
Even though I'm the better cook anyway, I'm a cook.
right.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm a cook.
Right.
Right. Instead of it being a defined role that my woman has to cook every night, no, baby, it's about who's in position to cook. Right. If the woman of my choice, right, is better at financing than me, then you're in position. You are better in position to do this than me. So
that is correct. Yeah.
Though I am the man making the money, and I should control the money.
No.
It's about positioning.
Correct.
Right. It's about feeling. It's about feeling who is in position to fulfill the need of the team.
I have a prime example, yeah.
And not there being a defined role that you gotta cook every night. You gotta take out the garbage can every night. All that. No. It's who's in position. Who is in better position.
That is correct.
Get this team. Because what often happens is we get these defined roles and people don't want to leave their defined roles. And it's not about positioning, it's about role and not about positioning. Do I understand certain things have a role? Yes. But even like what the brother said, he says, he has a certain role, but he's out. His arm is out. So now, he's at home taking care of kids, doing the thing, because he realizes that he's in position to do that, right? And here's the thing, that makes a lot of difference within a relationship, right? When we, even though our wives or our girlfriends are cooking every night, right? And we're in position to cook and we cook, that's appreciation on a whole different level, right? And so we have to stop looking at this is her role, this is my role, and say we are a team, right. And whoever in position to get the team to the first down and to the touchdown, hit it, right? So let me move to the next topic, which is
let me speak on that real quick.
Oh, go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
Like, especially when we get on the topic of appreciation. I had this conversation in my panel, right? If a man has been by himself and he's had to cook his own food, wash his own car, wash his own clothes, make sure the rent was paid, do all of it, you know what I'm saying? Go to work. Get his clothes ready in the morning and shit. But then a woman comes along and now she cooks the food. She gets your clothes ready. She do your laundry. It give you a greater appreciation for that act.
Right. True. It does. So the next part of this, I know it's gonna be right. And the topic is communication. Right. I kind of said it before that when a survey was done on women, black women, black women often said that the number one problem, according to a survey, right, was that the number one problem facing their relationships, they cited communication. Well, men cited, right, respect. So when we're talking about communication, right, the question is, the first question is simple, right? Do you think, right, that it's hard to communicate, to have communication within the Black love paradigm? And I want to start with one time.
I think he's doing something right now. Did he? Yeah, he ain't doing it right now.
Oh, okay. So go ahead, Hollywood. We'll come back to one time. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My grandkids, I'm trying to put the sound down. They're going to name it with grandkids.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't want to disrupt the panel.
For sure, for sure. Did you hear the question, or do you need me to repeat it?
I don't think he heard it.
All right, don't come back.
Yeah, say it again.
So the question is about communication, right? Black women say they feel that the number one issue facing the problems that they have within their relationship is not being a lack of communication, right? Where men say it's a lack of respect, right? So my question is, do you feel that it's easy having conversations or communication, because there's a difference between communication and a conversation, but do you feel that it's easy, in your point of view, to have communication within Black love paradigm?
I would have to say complex. It's much different now than what it used to be. In today's communication vehicles, it seems like ego is the driver of most communication. And so even in marriages, even in brotherhoods, even in, you name the topic, it's the egos usually have its face there. So I don't think it's easy in terms of the way it's sometimes approached. But the truth is, yes, it's easy if we get back to the basics.
Okay. All right, Brother JB, what do you feel about communication? Do you find it easy to communicate within the Black love paradigm, or do you say it's not easy communicating? Not talking, communicating.
Yeah, I think I feel as if it's very difficult, to be honest. Like the brother said, it's like an egotistical contest about being right instead of trying to figuring out, exactly what's going on and getting down to the source of the issues. So, there are a lot of issues too, delivery within communication is very imperative. We have to talk about that, the way in which you deliver your message, the tone in which you communicate, because communication is just not exchanging of words. If me and you are having a problem and I say, fuck you, Muja, is different from me and you playing around. Two different same word, two different situations, right? So the tone, situations in which we're in, the choice of words, because communicating is just not, like I said, just not words. Like all that matters, and I feel as if it's mad difficult. It's super difficult. It's a competition. It's who's going to be able to be louder to think that they're right. So I feel as if it's hard, bro.
All right. Same question to you, Reek. Do you think that it's easy to communicate in today's Black love paradigm?
what JB said, it's not about how you say it, or excuse me, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. It may come off a little weird, but I feel like, how we communicate, it's not easy at all. I feel like that's something that you gotta work on as a couple, because everybody is different, and you never know, and like, shit, the person that you're dealing with, you might be like, how I could communicate with you, Muja, might not be how I'd be able to communicate with somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's all based off how you were brought up, in my opinion. So no, I don't believe it's easy. I think it's something that's learned.
True, and I'm coming to you next, Hollywood, and I'm glad that you said that, because you know what, I had a talk. I was with a bunch of friends, right, and we were talking, right, and this OG told us something that I didn't pay attention to at first, but I really pay attention to it now. And we all, I think a lot of emotional, intelligent brothers pay attention to this, right? And that the OG said, you can tell the difference between a woman who's been raised by a father and a woman who hasn't been raised by a father, because he said that a woman who cuts a man off often is mostly raised by someone. There was no positive male in the house. And I didn't really pay attention to that at first. And then it kind of dawned on me, right? And it's true, because the way we have to, when women are talking to men, right? That you can't talk to a man the same way you talk to your girlfriend, right? As a man, I can't talk to a woman the same way I'm gonna talk to JB, right? So I have to understand that even with little girls and their fathers, right? My daughter knows that there are certain things that she could say to her mother that she could never say to me, right? And I think that has been one of the biggest problems in communications, because communication has to have a level of respect. And when women are saying, we feel that communication is the biggest problem within our Black paradigm, and men is saying, we believe it's respect. Oftentimes, when we're in conversation with women, we shut down because oftentimes we don't feel respected in the conversation, right? I'm having a conversation with you, you cutting me off, and if I can't come to you and have a conversation with you, men a lot of times traditionally say they just don't say anything because they don't feel that if women could handle the truth about what they have to say, especially when it's about them, right? And so I think that there's a key here between what men said and what women said in regards to communication. Women say lack of communication, and men saying respected. A man does not want to have a conversation with anyone that he does not feel respected. So, same question to you,
Man, this can go a lot of ways, but I think the communication has definitely took a turn in this era. I come from an era where we sit down to the table like this and talk about it, especially when it's a sensitive topic. Mm-hmm. I had to program that into my family, into my kids. Listen, I don't want to go through a text. I don't want it to go on no social media. Sometimes communicate. Sometimes a cry out for help can be, especially when it's sensitive, interpreted it wrong. I could read it wrong. I don't know your tone. Like, if I look at Muja and he said this, nah, it wasn't like that. And I see through your eyes, I can tell whether you're telling the truth or not. So sometimes, well, just for me, I'm just putting me in the box with my family. I like to sit down and talk like this as far as communication. That texting, I can't read the tone. I like to do this. If y'all got what I'm saying. So as far as me with communication, I think you got to go back to the drawing board and sit down and talk it out. And
right.
Can be misconstrued.
Right. And let me say this, right? And I know y'all, I know the women probably in here probably mad at me right now, but I'm finna say this shit, right? This is real talk, right? Ladies, right? Do not call me and say, we need to talk if you ain't ready to talk right now. I'm just saying, don't do that shit to me. Boy, now I'm thinking of all the shit I done, possibly could have done. Well, if you ain't ready to talk right now, don't tell me we need to talk. I don't want to know 2 hours in my shift that I gotta come home and we need to talk. If you're not ready to have a conversation right now, then don't say it.
But damn, Muja, what you did, bro? What she can't say it? What you did, dog? Like, damn, that's just. We need to talk. The garden, the water hose might be fucked up. And this is the reason why I say communication is important, because a guy like me, I'll be like, okay, and I'm done. I'm going back to work.
This is a true statement. I worked in a warehouse, right? And this guy's wife called him, and in the middle of his shift, we in a warehouse with forklifts and everything. And she told him we need to have a conversation. That man walked around the whole warehouse thinking about what could possibly be this conversation. And he walked right into a forklift.
Man, he should have borrowed some of my Gemini spirit. He wouldn't have given a fuck. He wouldn't even care.
I'm going to say something else in regards to communication. This is just from me to women, right? Here's the thing, right? Say what you mean and mean what you say. Men, we deal in facts and data. That's it, right? So if I ask you a question, what are we having for dinner? Tell me what we having for dinner. Yeah. But it don't go that way with women. Baby,
this is a prime example, right?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
What we having for dinner? Well, baby, I went to Walmart and I was going to get chicken necks, but while I was there, you know how much chicken necks cost? So I went down to the chicken app, and do you know I seen Reverend Price, him and his wife, you know she pregnant again. Baby, what the fuck are we having for dinner? I just want facts and data.
You know what, brother? And it's another thing, you talking about chicken eggs, right? I'd be like, bro, my woman, she'll come to me and be like, shit, I'm hungry. I'd be like, well, hell, what you want to eat? Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, baby,
what do you want to eat? Shit, I'm hungry. Hey, come on,
man. We don't want to know. Man, we don't need to know all of those details, right? We just want to know are we having chicken, hamburger, or hot dogs? That's it. That's all we want to know. We don't want to know the process you went to do it. We just want to know what we having. And here's the thing. This is how conversation between men and women are different. Men function on facts and data. Women function on feelings and emotions. Right? So women are formatted to feelings and emotions, and men, mind is geared to facts and data. So oftentimes when you women is talking, you wonder why your man has toned you out, because you're
not landing.
Brains function different.
You're not landing. You gotta land.
I think a part of how we can better communicate is understanding that we both have a different mode of communication, right? Meaning, if you come to your man, understand that your man doesn't want all of those. He just wants facts and data. So just give him the facts and data. Men, when you go to talk to your woman, understand that facts and data ain't enough for her.
Yeah, no, it's
So what you want, boo? How you feeling right now? Huh? What you in the mood for? You know,
check shit.
What the fuck you
It's
doing?
if he assumption let's be friends or if somebody wants to be friends.
The
I
conversation
think it's
right
part of
now is
your
going through Texas. A lot of people won't do this no more. That's why I told you how I set my tone for my house. A lot of people won't sit here and tell me that. They do a text though.
Yeah, JB, holler at me, brother. What you was finna say?
I forgot, man.
How you feeling right now, boo? What you want? What you in the mood for?
Me. Listen. What I was getting ready to say is,
What you hungry for?
nah. You see.
That's all I want to know. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you want to see? Oh, well, what you in the mood for? Nah, fuck that. I ain't hungry. Hell, what you
Facts and data, man.
You see, the thing is, Muja. The thing is this.
Why you pick that? Motherfucker, I've been asking you for 2 hours.
2 hours. What did you want to eat, man?
Why you
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you,
Muja, I swear on everything I love.
This is the one. This is the one for me, right? You sitting there and you might, you might have your little smoke on, or you might take you a sip if that's what you do, and you just sitting back, right? Not a care in the world. You in a zone, right? What you thinking? I ain't thinking about nothing. Yes, you are. What are you thinking?
You look like something on your mind. Yeah.
Crazy.
Bliss.
Baby, I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm in a zone. I'm not trying to think about nothing. I think about shit all day. At this point in time, I'm not thinking about nothing. But here's the thing why I said this, because there was a study, right, that shows that men actually have the ability to turn off their brain for short durations of time.
I was trying. You kept interrupting me, Muja. I was trying to give y'all the trick to the whole thing.
I'm coming to you right now. Right? And then here's the key, though. Here's the key. The study also said that there's never a point in time where a woman was not thinking about anything. So that's why she thinks that you're always thinking about something, because there's not a point in time where women are not thinking about something. Yes, brother JB, holla at me.
So first of all, what I do for a living, I do not have the time or the capacity to be going back and forth with your ass over food. That's number one. So the way in which I train people to deal with me, they need to understand that I don't have a lot of time. Because it's true, I really don't. I'm a very busy person in real life. So I don't have a lot of time. So the minute that I said, whatever, you asked me that question, I'm going to answer you once. The next time I answer you, the tone might be a little bit different, but I'm going to say the same thing. Because, if I'm in a situation where I deal with a woman, you have to be patient, right? But by that third time, I'm going to tell you, I already answered you. I don't need to keep on, because time is very valuable. So all these questions don't really amount to anything.
Facts and data.
So I'm not like that. I'm not going to be going like, oh, baby, you want chocolate or you want... Bro, I'm fucking busy. I'm trying to fucking build some shit. I gotta go take care of my mom. I got stuff to do. So the look that I'm African, so you people don't even know how to, you see, I wish my ancestors could have transferred it. You have to learn how to look with the eye. I would have looked you like, if you don't get out of my room, out of this office, because I'm busy, you have to learn how to prioritize your time. You know, I'm not that guy. You're not gonna keep on asking me. I'm just not that guy, bro.
True, and that becomes a major thing, because here's the thing, right? Your corner boy, they got all the time in the world.
They strong as hell too. They want to have sex all night till tomorrow.
Men that's about their money, men that's about their business. We wishing that there was a 48 hours in the daytime, right? And I ain't got all that time.
Right.
Mama, I got things
right.
to do. I gotta go. I gotta
play these. Time, y'all got shit to do, bro.
I don't have
all the time.
All of this time. Right? Get to the point, mama. Get to the meat and greedy of what you want to know. And don't beat around the bush. Don't tell me we gonna have a conversation, but we ain't gonna have it until later. Don't do that to me. I got enough going on, man. Help me help you. Right? Just tell me.
Right. You know what? It's like, bro, we just want to know. We just want to know how to satisfy y'all, because we want to sit back and it's all about peace. We just want our peace. Just like how Muja just sat back. You feel? We just want to sit back. Damn, just tell me what you want so I get it done and it's over with.
One of the
I'm not trying to play no games and fucking, like he said, be around the bush and shit. I'm not trying to do that.
I ain't got time for that, bro.
What's up, one time? Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
Earlier on, man, I just got to revisit that one thing when we asked JB the first time about the communication piece. And one of the things that he said that was so profound to me, because it's very, very real. People, they talk to argue their point and instead to understand. And we said that the other day, emotional intelligence. If the families will communicate, or the men and women will communicate to understand, that eliminated a lot of that, no communication.
That's very
True.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That was very deep that we passed that, but that was real.
I'm going to be honest with you. In the communications the problems I've had, this is just me personally. I know y'all going to, be mad when I say this, lady. But the problem I've had with communication is, right, when you go into a talk with your person, right, you can never go into that conversation with the ideology that I'm going to win, right? Because here's the thing. If you and I are a couple, if we are a team, right, how can I win and you lose in a team?
Right. Don't
This
worry.
is the thing. Listen, when you go, man.
Let me finish my point.
Okay, my bad.
Let me finish my point. How can you lose and I win? But oftentimes what I feel in the conversation is, even when I think that I've won in the conversation, right? I think I've gotten through to the person that I'm talking to, the woman that I'm talking to. I think I've gotten through to her, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe she heard me. And then I come to bed, and for the last 2.5 years, you've come to bed butt naked. And we just had this conversation, and I'm thinking I've won. And you come to bed with a full sweatsuit on to let me know that this conversation ain't over yet.
And what happened to your hands though? Like you can't. That's your woman. It's your woman, right?
It's coming off regardless.
Oh yeah, you can use these, man. Muja, you just take your time though. You can't do it because y'all fighting. You gotta do it slowly, Muja. You gotta go like this.
Here's the point, right? If in a relationship, if we have a conversation and I've said something, baby, I don't like what you just did. I don't like I don't like the dress that you just wore. Whatever I came to you and I said, right? And I expressed to you how I felt, right? And then you take what I said and then initiate a punishment because I said something to you. Then you are training me to say, you know what? I'm not going to even come to you about anything because if I come to you with how I feel, I get a punishment, right? So why would I ever come back to you with how I feel? You want to fix your relationships, right? Relationships and communication should be, I should feel safe with coming to you and telling you anything that I feel because you want to feel like you can come to me and say anything and I should listen to you, and I don't dish out punishment. You shouldn't either, right? And to me, it's kind of manipulative when this happens, right? We have a conversation. I came to you and said, I didn't like this. And so you were like, okay. And then now you come to bed with a full sweatsuit on. That's a retaliation. That's a punishment for me opening up to you. Yeah. And it teaches me now I'm not going to open up to you ever again. And then I often find women coming to me saying, in the beginning, my man he used to communicate with me, but now he doesn't. And I always ask him, there was a conversation that you had, right? And he came to you with how he felt, and he felt like there was either a punishment or a disrespect there. So now he doesn't feel like he can come to you with anything.
It's also like, right, I could take this in another route. It's like I've been in relationships. I keep the mother of my children. And she used to come to me and she'd be like, what do you think about this dress? And she'll be like, she'll put on a dress and she'll be like, what do you think about this? And I'd be like, I don't really know about it. It's a little, I don't really know. It might be a little too revealing for me. I don't really know if I like it. And you'd be like, well, fuck what you saying. Basically, like, I'm gonna wear it anyway. So it's like, why the fuck would you even have it? So now I feel like what I got to say is like, it don't even fucking matter.
That's why. Listen. Have you ever walked into a household with a man and a wife, and the man ain't saying nothing? He just in his chair and he just game on, children running around the house, people throwing shit, and he just.
Yeah, because women, bro, I'm telling you, like, women, it's like they want that validation, but they want their certain type of validation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like when a man speak, it's like they want it from us, but when they don't get the certain type of validation that they want to hear or feel, then it's like, well, whatever the fuck you gotta say, nigga, I don't even care.
I'm gonna say it. I'm finna tell the truth. And I know y'all.
Hollywood up there laughing. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you speaking back. I'm just laughing like you said it. You speaking as
you can tell a woman anything. You can go to
like,
your woman about. Hear me out here. You can go to your woman about anything, long as it ain't about her.
My thing is, why would you come fucking ask me what the dress look like and then just completely disregard what I had to say about the dress?
Understand that the rules of how women have tried, because you ain't training me, boo-boo. That ain't gonna happen with me. But this is how women train men, right? You can come to me about anything, but if you come to me about me, there will be a punishment, because I'm going to bring up, when you come to me about me, I'm going to bring up something that you did 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 21 days and 13 hours and 10 seconds, right? It's a punishment, right?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what you come to me asking me, hey, babe, how do you think I look in this dress? And I say, I don't really, like, I'm gonna keep it a being with you. I say, you know, you know what I mean? I ain't really, well, fuck what you saying. I'm worried anyway. Why the fuck would you even come to me and ask me that?
Because she was trained.
But I mean, do you mind if I say something?
Oh, anyway, and
what you did, though. You gotta give direct answers sometimes. Nah, take that off. Nah, we ain't doing that. I don't give an ant. If it's something that I really don't like one time said, if it's something that I really don't agree with, nah, we ain't wearing that one. I'm not going there. We're not going to get that. That was a yes or no. That was a maybe.
But you know, it's like shit. We try to show respect. It's like, listen, I'm gonna let you listen. This is what I do. This is what I believe in. I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. You know, because you're gonna show me. Hold on. You're gonna show me your true. You're gonna show me your true colors. You're gonna show me your true colors. Mm-hmm. Right? Either you're going to respect my opinion or you're not going to respect my opinion. And if you don't respect my opinion and what I have to say, understand, that shows me a lot about you. Right. So I know how to move.
Let me say this.
I'm not going to be controlling.
All right, but let me say
I ain't on the other side,
right? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you come to me with a fanny pack, I'm gonna tell you a fanny pack is outdated, mama. Stop it. Just because they made that shit in your size didn't mean that you was supposed to wear it in your size. I'm just saying. Brother JB, talk to me. I get what you're saying, though.
Now it's just agreeing with. It's agreeing though.
No, it ain't about like the Z. I'm mine on the other side. When you come to me and ask me how this look, and I say, "Oh, I like it," and then you gonna change. That to me, I don't understand. But if I say, "Nah, we ain't doing that," that one is kind of like a new issue now, and it's not for controlling. It's for comfort. She has a way she want to see me, and she should have a way that she should hold me. I have a way that I should hold her. I am a real shepherd. I'm not no prison warden. I'm a shepherd. He's a sheep, right? I have to guide and lead this. If you want my protection, you want my comfort, you want my stability, you want my whatever, it comes with my knowledge. It comes with the way I think. So if you can receive me as the leader, then it shouldn't be a problem to do what I did. If it's as simple as taking off a dress, when I bought you many more dresses you could put on, it shouldn't be a problem.
Period.
Right. And this is my thing, right? This is my thing. This is why I said.
Hold on, Rick, because we skipped over
my bad.
JB.
Oh no, I agree with one time, man. But I want to make sure that we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about an inappropriate dress, like something that's deemed as inappropriate, or
I brought up the hypothetical situation.
Right.
When a woman comes and she asks you, "Hey, babe, how does this look on me?" and you say, "I don't really know about it," and then she say, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it anyway."
My reaction to something would be it's a very short word. It's called okay. It's just one word, and it's syllable wise. It doesn't make a lot of noise, and I go right back to doing what I'm doing. I think that there's a lot of unnecessary. Guys, I'm just telling you the way I am. I'm being honest. I'm being very transparent. You know, when the so for me with something like that, my level of annoyance is not gonna be too big because, bro, I'm trying to figure out how to put, you know, um electrical panels in my mother's house in Africa. Like, I don't have that capacity, like I said, to get even upset. It wouldn't bother me. So if you go and you change that dress, Rick, you know, I'll be like, okay. And I will go right back to doing. We spend too much time sometimes, that I feel, for men too, on futilities, things that are not important. What is her character like? Is that important? I'm gonna get mad at your character. I'm gonna get mad at the type of dress that you wear. You're not gonna be going out with me with no slutty ass shit. Cool. I might get mad at that. I'm gonna have emotions towards that. But if you're a well-dressed woman and I trust, first of all, I should have chose you knowing these things. So these are not even very frequent conversations. We're talking about responsibility, guys. How did you choose her? Hold on. Let me land. How did you choose her in the first place? And you're dwelling with her with all of these situationals, right? That you feel as if you don't even have any control over, where you're not even listened to. Your choice. That's your choice, right? So it's not even her.
So let me say this, Muja. Please.
I'm a land. I'm almost done. I wasn't saying anything very well.
I don't want to lose my thought.
All right, write
Okay.
it down, brother. Let the
So
finish his
so the concept is that, you know, it's about responsibility. So, you know, if, as long as you're not doing things that, like I said, you know, disrupts, you know, sanity and, you know, being good and being presentable. And I, you know, I would have chose you off the bat with that type of virtue already. I'm not gonna shack up with no chick just because she's cute. Nah, I'm not a shacker. I've been living with myself since, you know, I've been in this country. So at the end of the day, like, I understand that she might be doing that. If even if she was to do that, I'll just be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just go and put on what I have to put on, and I'll just go by my business.
Right to you, Bree. I'm coming right to you, and I think it's kind of similar to Wonton said, right?
Correct.
And it's like, right, if you have chosen me, right, and you have chosen me as the leader of the family, and I give you a suggestion about something, that should be respected. And I get that, because here's the thing, I'm not doing this just to do it. Because oftentimes what you are wearing is going to attract attention, and then, but a lot of times women don't think that way. We are always security conscious, right? I'm always baby, that's too much. I don't want to punch nobody down, right? Type stuff, right? And so, but women are not really as security conscious as men. And so, but oftentimes when women hear a man say that, they say controlling, right? And it's not. It's babe, me saying, I don't want there to be a problem, and I foresee a problem with this. It's not because I'm dogging you out behind what you're wearing. It's just that I'm saying, have a little bit of more modesty here. Go ahead, Brother Reed.
Okay. I just wanted to say this. I just wanted to say, and I completely agree with Muja, and I completely agree with my brother JB. Right? My thing is, if she comes to me and she asks me, you know, and I say, and she say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it anyway. I agree with JB. I'm like, all right, but that's showing me a lot about her. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like a man shouldn't have to control his wife. His wife should automatically. It's all about respect and what we were talking about, appreciation. That's what we want as men. respect and appreciation. So if I tell you, I don't really know, man, I'm expecting you to go change that dress. If you don't change the dress and you just say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it anyway, now I feel disrespected.
And it's a break. I'm sorry, it's an indecent dress, correct? We have to be very specific because people in the panel, they might get confused. We're talking about a dress that's indecent. It's not.
No. I'm talking about any dress. She could be wearing any dress. If your wife was to come to you, Afia was to come to you and say, "Hey, babe, what you think about this dress?" and you say,
Y'all got Afia out here smiling. Look at you. Look at you. She like that.
If she was to come to you and say, "What you think about this dress?" and you say, and she say, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it anyway," and she walk out the door, regardless of what the dress looked like.
I think okay, Rick, the dress, I would not feel disrespected as long as the dress is
you might be like, okay, but you're still gonna feel like, damn.
Why?
Like, what the fuck?
But why, Rick?
Why? That could have been both ways.
But why would you feel? I mean, disrespect. But we need to talk. But how is it disrespect though? The disrespect is a big word.
I feel like I shouldn't have to fucking come and control you and be like, no, like I'm not finna come grab you and fucking snatch the dress off you.
But she asks you an opinion.
You should automatically fucking appreciate who I am as a man.
Yes, right? But Rick, it was an opinion.
Your husband.
It was your
husband, right?
Right.
But so when I say and the things that I feel, if you come ask me, then you should take that into accountability, into appreciation, into accountability and respect, and you should be like, okay, my man doesn't like the dress on me. Let me go change it.
So what if Rick, what if you have a 6-pack, right? And you don't understand what it's like to have a little pudge in your stomach, right? But the dress that you say you like, she doesn't feel confident in it. I want you to just think about this. Hold on. I'm not trying to make a point. I'm just trying to create a scenario, right? From that same kind of, place, right? What if you, Rick, right? You got a whole 6-pack, you're fit. So your brain does not register in your mind what looking good is, because you always fucking look good, Rick, when it comes to that area of your stomach, right? What if she has a little pudge and she's insecure? But the dress that you happen to like based on the colors, the way it looks on her, right? She feels insecure about it. Now, what she's asking you is something. It's called an opinion. An opinion is not a law. Remember earlier we're talking about rules, right? It's not because I asked you your opinion. That means that when you give me your opinion, that's the law. It doesn't work like that. As long as the dress, that's why I keep on talking about indecency.
This is the difference between men and women, right? And we had this conversation on Muja's panel already before.
Listen. We are over 3 hours long, y'all. I know you ain't recognized this, but the women have, right? So we're over 3 hours. So this will be the last question for the panel tonight, and then we're going to impatiently wait women's response, because tomorrow night is the all women's panel.
Oh my God!
So this question is very simple, right? If you had your choice, right, of what you would want or what you are expecting women to take from this conversation tonight, what would that be? All right, I'm gonna say it again. If you want women to, from leaving and hearing this talk tonight, right? Because this is conclusion time, right? What aspect of tonight, what is your message to women, Black women? And I want to start with you, Hollywood.
Man, let me think on that one. Come back to me. I want to make sure I finish that one strong.
All right, brother, one time. what would you like for women to take from this conversation tonight?
I mean, personally, I would like for them to take the heart of what's being said. We was not trying to bash y'all, not trying to belittle you. We was not trying to put you down in any way, because everybody on here acknowledged you as queens. As an essential part, we're not trying to exclude you. We're trying to include you. So I would want them to take everything we said in the mindset of not trying to be right against us, but just accept. Digest it. Like really, really give it a fair shot to hear what was communicated to you by these men, by us men, like how we were thinking. Right. It's not a shot against you. I can't stress that enough. It's not a slander. It's not a shot. It's a sentiment. Can you have enough emotional security and enough emotional maturity to really give it a fair shot to listen inside, like really hear what was said? That's it.
Right. All right, brother JB. If you could, what message would you like to say to women, or what would you hope that they receive from this conversation tonight?
Man, you trying to get me stabbed, Muja. I see what you're doing. My inheritance ain't that much money, man, Muja. I think like the brother said, this is not like in Africa they say if your nose is running, you need to basically, blow it. If you feel concerned, obviously it's about you. So I'm unapologetic, because what I'm talking about is averages, laws of averages. Okay. We're talking about what the average guy bumps into. We're talking about the difficulties of communication that they experience with simple things. Now, in all defense to women throughout this thing, as you've noticed, a lot of times I was talking about responsibility. Responsibility has nothing to do with your gender. Yes, there's a lot of weak men out there. There's a lot of lazy men out there. A lot of men that basically just don't have nothing to do but to just call you up and do this, and it's a lot of us out there that basically need to also step our games up. But ultimately, the ones that do have a little bit of decency, the ones that do have a little bit of, the ones that basically are trying to separate themselves. There's a reason why a lot of my boys, man, especially in the military, they go outside of this country to get girls from third world country to date them. Because you know why? They understand respect. That's as simple as that. They understand respect. And it doesn't take much. It's not, it really doesn't take much. So these are for the women, and for the women that are doing that, but also for the guys, specifically for the population of men that basically have something to offer. We're not talking about, Pookie from the gas station. Ladies, please. We have to be very specific, because we cannot mix everybody in one pot. We're not Jesus Christ. We can't take everybody's sin on our back. The experience that you have with that lower vibration, that lower energy, you cannot reproduce it everywhere, and vice versa. We can't do the same thing, right? So my whole thing about tonight was about responsibility, and understanding things the way they are. There's a little bit more respect that needs to be given to men, especially within the courting phase, especially when a man is serious with you and you don't want nothing to do with him. Stop allowing him to take you out. That's an investment for that man. And a lot of times, like I was talking about earlier, for as far as our community, a lot of our women don't learn how to grow with us, meaning that when we don't have much, when we cannot, attain much, reach much, do much, they don't have that patience to grow and see that flower grow. So those are the women that we're addressing. And for everything else, man, I love my Black queens, man. Peace and love to everybody. Peace and love to everybody, right?
message would you like to give to women in regards to this black love paradigm, right? What do you hope that they take from this conversation?
I'm able to speak now? Okay.
I can hit your button again, please, my friend.
No, seriously though. Just the understanding, bro, and the respect, the respect level, and just the understanding of where we come from and why we do the things that we do. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's a lot of times it's like, yo, like, what the fuck? It's a lot of animosity, and so I just want women to understand why we do the things that we do, and it's not because that we don't love y'all or we don't care for y'all or shit like that. It's just we're doing the best that we can with what we have, and you got to understand that it's a lot on our plate, and we have a lot of shit to worry about to handle, every day. So just give us some grace. That's all. Like, give us some grace because we go through a lot. We deal with a lot. You know what I mean? So just respect and understanding.
All right, and Brother Hollywood.
That's a fact. Pretty much what they said, man. Just to see understanding from our side, take accountability, and let's find a blueprint, man. Let's find a way to fix this gap that's broken.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what I would like to say to the women tonight is I want to put this into context, right? Tonight's edition was the barbershop edition. This is a conversation among men, right? A conversation that women often don't get a chance to hear, right? And in the conversation between men, right? Men need an outlet. There's not too many places where men can go to have these type of conversation and to speak freely and feel safe speaking freely about whatever the fuck is on their minds. We don't have these outlets within our community, right? Men rarely find safe places to have conversations with other men. Right? So, though you may view some of the things said as, okay, they was kind of on us. Here's the thing. I'm sure that when you are with your girlfriends and speaking about men, you are saying things that maybe if men heard it, wouldn't like it either. Right? So, the point of this conversation is this, right? If you would like to be heard, right? If you would like to be heard, if you would like to be felt, please allow us to be heard and felt too, even if it hurts. Because we're going to take it when you say it, even if it hurts, right? And sometimes we need to hear the hurt, right? We need to hear these types of conversations, right? And though they may be uncomfortable, right? We have to be in a position in life that we start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Because being uncomfortable means you are not settling for where you are at. Right? And I want to say this in closing to my queens, right? When it comes to a real relationship, it is not a reward, nor is it a benefit, right? It is a result of building. Right? Every brother here is open, willing to build with you. Right? Open, willing to build with you. Right? We just want to be heard. You might not like it because we don't like some of the things you say about us. Right? But if you want to be heard, you have to allow a space, right, within your heart to allow us to be heard, because a lot of men feel today that they are not heard, right? And when you are not heard, you feel disrespected. So I want to say to you guys, we love you. We love our queens. I want to say thank you to my brothers, right, for coming through and doing this all males panel, man. I appreciate you, bro. First, I respect you, brothers, on a level, because here's the thing: a lot of men couldn't have done this, right? And that speaks to the character of each and every one of you guys. I want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you, brothers. Man, I love y'all. And here's the thing: just by you guys all showing up, brother, we have debunked what they have been saying about us, and that black men can't come together and have a conversation, right? So I want to say I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man, and y'all are some good brothers, man. And man, listen, that keep building. It ain't hard. It's hard being a man, right? It's hard being a man, and we don't often have avenues where we can talk and be open and be, even when we don't agree, we ain't got to always agree, but the ability to have this safe place for men to come and talk about whatever the fuck is on. We need this in our community, right? I employ everyone who came tonight to go to the women's, right, and listen to what they have to say. If we wanted them to hear us, and if we wanted them to hear us, we have to be willing to hear them now. So we look forward to the women's panel tomorrow night, 6 p.m. here at the Real MF Talk Show. We're going to hear what women had to say, man. And man, I just want to say I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, man.
Let me say something.
I'm coming right to you, Reed. I'm coming right to you, right? Okay. And I want to say this, man, to each and every one of you brothers, and I mean this from the bottom and with all sincerity of heart. If you ever find yourself needing me, my lines is always open, because I love and appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for this. I appreciate y'all. Yes, Reed.
No, I just wanted to say that I apologize if I was over talking JB.
No, bro. Come on, man.
One time.
Come on, it's okay.
My brother, you know what I'm saying?
It's all right,
man. I show much love to y'all, man.
It's okay, bro.
I have a lot in my head, you know.
You want to let that thing out.
I have a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? And so, when I get a chance to be able to talk,
it's Muja's fault, bro. It's not even your fault. I'm gonna blame it on Muja. It's Muja.
I got a lot of shit to say, but it's very important, and I appreciate this, and we should definitely do this more often, for sure. I thank y'all, bro, for giving me the opportunity to be up on this panel, for sure.
We'll be back next month with another males panel. The topic will be about authentic manhood.
Always the baby.
Authentic manhood will be our next topic. We will be back here. We'll be here once a month, as long as y'all keep coming. We gonna be here if y'all don't come. We don't give a fuck. We gonna be doing this.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Easy.
Thank y'all. Oh, there is an after party at Pressure. She's in our family. She's having her Millie party. So if y'all want to pull up to Pressure, she's having an after party. I'm finna go do a little, you know. So I love y'all much, and I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man. Easy.
Hey, Nah, come with me. Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, no.
All right.
That's good.
Hold on, guys.
That was an experience, huh? Yes, there you go.
Is it on?
Yeah, I just left. I went to some random person's thing who's not even on.
Muja's going, boy. He don't.
Oh, you ain't.
He don't
He
muted that
muted
nigga.
Greek? I heard he muted Greek. Oh, mute people.
He mused the guy because they kept. And it wasn't. He was over talking
with me when I talk with you?
Yeah. The retarded.
I know, but
when you hear it,
no, but you know
that's
what
what it
my
sounds
brain
like.
was saying? I was like, he already dealt with me. That's not. Can't be this. Can't be that bad. Hey.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah, get my
Button.
glasses.
End. There you go.